If you're a woman and you've been chasing an emotionally unavailable man, I want you to stop what you're doing right now. I have something very important to share with you. I am an emotionally unavailable man. I've been described that way, especially for the last few years. I'm someone who's constantly single and people think that I avoid commitment. I've just learned a new concept in psychology called the hero instinct, and it has completely blown my mind. I realize that there's actually nothing wrong with me. But when women in my life can learn about this concept, they can trigger these feelings deep inside me that's gonna give me exactly what I'm looking for. So in this video, I'm gonna break down with you what the hero instinct is. I'm then gonna go through my own relationship history and how understanding the hero instinct would have really changed a number of very deep and intimate situations in my life. I'm then going to give you 3 examples on how you can trigger the hero instinct in your man. I think what I'm going to share with you in this video is going to completely change the game when it comes to the emotionally unavailable men in your life. Let's begin. If you're new to this channel, please do subscribe. I'm now releasing weekly videos, and please do like this video and leave a comment. I'll be there replying to the comments and using what you share there to come up with the topic for the next videos. First of all, what is the hero instinct? This is a new concept in psychology that's generating a lot of buzz at the moment. It comes from the relationship expert James Bauer's recent book, His Secret Obsession. James Bauer argues that men have a biological drive embedded deep within to be a woman's hero. A man has a biological driver to be the provider, to be the protector. We get that from our hunter-gatherer days, so it's embedded in our DNA. It's a very instinctual need. But it becomes really challenging in modern day relationships because it's not very clear how the man can be the provider or the protector. It's not clear how relationships are meant to work when things have changed. We're not living in the hunter-gatherer days anymore where the roles are so clearly divided. James Bauer is arguing that this instinctual need is still there. Now, what he's saying in this book is that when women can learn how to trigger this hero instinct inside a man, and when a woman can learn how to do it, not in a manipulative way, but to do it in a really empowering way, that's when a man will shift from being emotionally unavailable, will shift from avoiding commitment and wanting to stay single to actually wanting to stick around. So the man wants to be the hero, and there's a way for you to make him feel like a hero. It's like the secret ingredient that you can bring out and apply to any relationship. Now that's what the book does. It breaks it all down, it makes it really clear, and it shows you how to do it in a really empowering and really inspiring way. So when I learned about the hero instinct, I realized that it can explain so many of my own experiences being an emotionally unavailable man. I feel like I haven't been able to be the hero in these relationships. I haven't been able to be the provider, to be the protector. Now, of course, this isn't all down to other women in my life and what they've either done or they haven't done. This is very much my own approach to life as well. But I do realize from reading His Secret Obsession that there's a lot of truth in this concept. It goes against conventional wisdom where we say that we don't have these instinctual drivers. We're all kind of like blank slates that learn different things and we can all get along in different ways, but really we do have these instinctual needs. So if you learn about the hero instinct, I think it can be the game changer when it comes especially to chasing emotionally unavailable men. Now I want to tell you about my own story and how the hero instinct is relevant in my life. I'm almost 40 years old. I'm still single. I've been single for most of my adult life. I've felt like I'm an emotionally unavailable man, that commitment is very difficult, and the hero instinct has really nailed it. And I realized that something that's been missing in my relationships is that I haven't felt like a hero in that other person's life. I'm the author of an online course on IdeaPod called Developing Your Personal Power. It's all about taking responsibility for everything that happens in your life. It's about finding your passion, finding your purpose. And I haven't been able to find that passion and that purpose in a relationship with someone else. And I realize now that the hero instinct perfectly explains the kind of connection that I want to feel with someone else. But it also goes really deep into passion and purpose. And What we teach is that the deepest purpose that we can have in life is one where we're acting in service of others, one that connects us to the fabric of life, to the web of life, to other people all around us. So in a relationship, it's really the same thing. So if a woman comes along and is able to trigger the hero instinct in me, it's going to connect me so deeply and so profoundly to the relationship that we've got. But it's absolutely essential that this is done in a way that is very empowering and that doesn't put me on a pedestal. Our relationships must be equal. They must be empowering. Relationships can't have one dominant partner where the power all goes in one direction and the other person ends up feeling manipulated, ends up feeling used. And that's why I think this concept of the hero instinct is so controversial, because it implies with a hero that there's some sort of hierarchical relationship, but it doesn't need to be that way. It can be done in a really empowering way. I think we're all seeking to get the best out of ourselves. So for me, that's why the hero instinct is so powerful. It speaks to me so deeply in terms of what I'm looking for in a relationship, but it must be done in a way that empowers me and where I end up empowering her in the relationship as well. So the question is, how can you trigger a man's hero instinct? I've come up with a 3-step framework so that you can trigger a man's hero instinct, but you can do it in a really authentic and really empowering way. So the first step is to ask for his help. Now, it's really important, I think, that you do this in a way that really empowers you. So if you're quite clear about your own mission in life and what you're trying to do and how you can move forward, and you realize that there are parts of your life that are a little empty, or where there's some sort of expertise that can help you, or whatever it may be, even if it's advice, you can ask for his help and then receive it. It sounds really obvious, but this is really important, and that starts to connect you both in a really powerful way. The second thing you can do is to show your appreciation. So if he's able to give his help, especially if it's something that really moves you forward in life, show your gratitude, show your appreciation, and that strengthens that bond. The third thing is to support his purpose. There are specific questions you can ask about his purpose in life. Now, he doesn't need to know what his purpose is. I think that many of us have no idea what our purpose is, but there are some questions that you can ask him that start to bring out what his purpose may be, and there's a link in the description below to some of the questions that you can start to ask him. So if you start to get an understanding of what his purpose is, then you can support him in his purpose. In turn, he'll be supporting you in your purpose over time, but this is about you and him and triggering the man's hero instinct. What this does is it stops the two of you focusing on his emotional unavailability, and I can tell you as a man, it's an impossible conversation to have. We do not want to go in and focus on our emotions and try to talk it all through and find a way out of it. It just gets us stuck in this maze of concepts that we just don't need to be in that place. But if we can both be looking forward in life together, it's like we're walking on this journey, supporting each other. And I think that if you're able to support his purpose in life, and if he's able to support yours, then you're going to go a very long way towards triggering a man's hero instinct. Now, I'm only scratching the surface of the hero instinct. James Bauer, in his free online video training, goes far deeper than I can do in this video. There's a link in the description below. I encourage you to go and check it out. It's completely free, and he breaks it down in a brilliant way that explains it, where I think it's going to really impact you and it's going to stick with you forever. It'll change the way you understand your relationships, and most importantly, it will change the way you pursue emotionally unavailable men in your life. Thanks so much for watching this video to the end. Please do subscribe, leave a comment, and like the video if you've found what I've shared to be valuable. I'll see you in the next video.